is good, everyone? We have a big day of Pokemon. We are playing in a league at TBS Comics again. I'm going to run Garchomp, plus we also have Saturday Night Pokémon on the pod. Gonna do some vlogging, chat with some people. It's gonna be a great time, so stay tuned. Let's get it after it. All right, so we've played 2 rounds already. We had kind of a delay. I forgot that I was vlogging. It's all good. First round, played against Wigglytuff EX from the 151 set. Very, very tight game. Got there in the end. Top decked the Lucario to hit for weakness. It was great. Then played against Iron Valiant. This is the Urshifu build. Was very behind most of the game. They got down to 1 prize, and I just had a Garchomp, and I just stalled with a counter catcher and a boss's order to take the win. Both my opponents, awesome, James and Matt, great players. Matt was the one I lost to Maridon the last time I was here, so dude knows his stuff. They're just, again, the positivity I'm getting from this is amazing. Again, we still have Saturday night, so there's a ton of Pokemon in, so I'm excited, and I appreciate all of you just hanging out. I'll try and give you guys a ton of updates. I think we have 1 more round, so let's just go do our best and forget the rest, and then we'll be ready to play tonight. It's gonna be good.
All right, so we are back. We played round 3, lost to Gardevoir. It was such a tight match. A card that I have not actually been used to playing, as I've been playing the Groudon from the new Paradox Rift set, was Terrakion, which I pulled in as kind of an option that I think is a little bit better. And after today, seeing the situation that it could have helped me in, it definitely is better. So that was, I guess, kind of a misplay, but I think there were plenty of situations where I could have mapped things better and set up our bench to take bigger KOs. We were hunting down a boss's orders, which would have put us in a really good place to close out the game. But things happen, and I'm happy to have finished 2nd place and earned some more CP, which is awesome, and got some prize packs, got some extra packs, which is awesome. So very, very cool. Talk about the list, which you will see on screen. A couple really interesting cards. I'm going to just pull them out that I think are the most relevant as we kind of get going. So the main cards that I think are huge for Garchomp. First card has been a new inclusion, which is Trekking Shoes. This card I put 3 of in to play as just kind of an extra draw search that I didn't have to rely on being only off of Radiant Greninja or Bibarel or something like that. And I didn't necessarily always want it to be a supporter like Iono, or in some of the builds I was playing was Professor's Research. Trekking Shoes felt great as in a way to kind of choose cards and just see more of the deck. If I needed to put something into the discard, we could, but that was a really, really strong option. Another card to complement that and just complement the deck in general is 2 of Super Rod. The Super Rod is, I think, when you need to put more energy back in for more Burrowing Resolves, you can be aggressive in the early turns by discarding some Pokemon where you have 2 options to bring them back. There is a lot of situations where this card becomes super relevant. Counter Catcher, almost every single list should be playing 1 of Counter Catcher, if not more. Card is absolutely nuts. We mentioned the Terrakion. I need to get better about when to play this, and I will do my best. So hopefully in tonight's SNP, I can showcase a little bit of how this card works and really what it does for the deck in allowing it to stall by attacking for 120 and then kind of having its own protection where they need to gust around it to make it work. So I think it's a very strong card that can really help you claw back into the game, which in my game against Gardevoir, had I not gone for the 2 Lucarios and I would have gone for 1 Lucario plus the Terrakion, I could have set up the Terrakion, and instead of going into Lucario, I could have built the Lucario up on the bench, put the Terrakion up, KO the Gardevoir, the baby Gardevoir, and then allowed myself to be protected for a turn while they had to go find the answer to win the game that way, which would have given me more turns with Bibarel online and finding more cards. So, yep, we live, we learn, and looking forward to testing more with that card, and I'll let you know my findings. And probably the card that I think is very underrated and I don't think it's being played in enough decks, but it should be. And I could be wrong in that. It could be played all at LAIC. But in general, Lost Vacuum. This card is nuts. Lost Vacuum is just a card that, when it handles the stadium that's causing you trouble or slows down your opponent's stadium, like getting rid of a Pokestop against Chen Pao, can be really detrimental. Same with Roaring Moon, or just as my biggest play today was against Iron Valiant, removing a future booster energy capsule that gave them more limited options to easily switch out of, which ended up being very big in the matchup to where I was able to stall them out with counter catcher plus boss's orders and just take easy KOs and chip damage and snipe damage with Garchomp to really take the game. And they whiffed and actually had a bunch of their energy prize that would have really been a huge boost for them. But sometimes that's how it goes, and that's why I like best of threes over best of ones, because I think we would have had a really good series. We had been able to play a full match, so very, very fun. But S&P is going to be starting soon, so I'm going to try and figure out how I'm going to vlog an online event, but I'll let you guys know how it goes. We got second place, second time. Seems good. Garchomp and Blastoise putting in work. Yeah, we'll see how S&P goes. And if you're not a part of the Discord, you could be playing in this tournament for free. All you need is a PTCGL account, and you could jump in, play for some code cards, and eventually we're going to be building this up to do more giveaways, which is great. So yeah, come say hi. Discord's down below. See you for more S&P.
Round one is done. We played our buddy Logan, who was on Lost Tina. Game one, he was very ahead and played it super smart and made it tough for me, and I could not really get back into the game, even though I tried. Game two, he had a slow start. I capitalized on that slow start, and we took it down. And game three came down to us both having one prize left, and I was able to get a Garchomp snipe at the end to take my final prize, which was a really tense match, and Terrakion proved to be very strong in slowing the game down and giving me an efficient attacker that allowed me to just take an easy 2-hit KO. Yeah, Terrakion allowed me to hit a 2-hit KO, which then allowed me to kind of retreat, get a Garchomp reset up, and then get back up and running to have a backup Lucario plus another Terrakion to attack again if we needed to. But then we got the snipe, and that was how we took the game down. On to the next one. Super fun. Again, Saturday Night Pokémon is a free thing you could be playing. Join the Discord. Come hang out.
Many hours later.
It's the next day. I've been just forgetful when it comes to filming during the ongoings of the events. So last night was super fun. Saturday Night Pokemon in the pod Discord was a success. We did 3 rounds of best of 3 into a top cut for the final 4. And yeah, it's just a cool way to play the game. Also, being on PTCGL, Pokemon Trading Card Game Live, allows for a lot more people to have access to it. Plus, we have a great community of people who are coming together, which is really cool. I ended up going 3-0, beating Lost Tina, Mewtwo, and Iron Valiant Entei, which I ended up losing to in the final. Spoiler, lost to Firestarter in the final. Played Wolverine, played Dunlevin, played Firestarter, and then played Figgy, who's on Roaring Moon. And I misplayed in the first game, which he took down, but he played it really well and gave himself a really good chance to be in the game. And then in games 2 and 3, I was able to kind of slow him down and get there. Coffee break. Ah, that's a good slurp. Yes, 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 yes. Ready, fuel? Sup? So, I also offered up to the winner a physical card of their choice between Mew EX from 151, or Squawkabilly EX, which I think is such a relevant card at the moment. Squawkabilly helping Roaring Moon and Iron Valiant Entei really pop off. As Garchomp goes, it is very rogue and very tier 2 level at best, but I am thoroughly enjoying the deck, and Terrakion came into play many times and is a very great option to just at least slow the game down to allow you to play at your own pace. So I highly suggest Terrakion if you're considering it. I do love Groudon, and I think the art of the Groudon is one of the best from the Paradox Rift set, but that's not why we have to play the card. We have to be smart and understand how to win games. Lucario is your big hitter. Let it hit for big numbers with that Aura Sphere volley. And then let Garchomp kind of really dictate the game, re-accelerate energies, and also using Garchomp to protect your bench from being stalled out. I often find myself attaching to the barrels preemptively to make sure that they can't, stall me out by stranding one in the active. And being only that I play one switch and one escape rope, I have to be able to pivot those cards out. Pivot.
Here we go, pivot! Pivot!
Uh, and not let that be the way we lose the game. So keep those things in mind when building. I highly encourage everybody to jump in to the Discord. I've mentioned that so many times in this video, but please come. Free entries to our Saturday Night Pokémons. We're offering up code cards so you can get more cards and play the game with all of us. Not to mention, we have a lot of deck discussions and just overall Pokemon discussions happening over there, and we just want the community to grow. So yeah, share this with your friends. Enjoy it. Garchomp, chomp, 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 chomp. Was so much fun to play, and I'm gonna keep tinkering with the list, and I'm gonna do a lot more with it. Definitely got to revisit my boy Blastoise, and he's looking over my shoulder right over here. He's looking angry. Look at those eyebrows. I think the ability for Garchomp to hit different numbers through Lucario, and whether you're able to hit a range of damage profiles, so you can really kind of reach high numbers if you need to, or low numbers, and make that be how you dictate the game. Where Blastoise is really 140, it's 280, and Palkia's can be limited by certain options. But yeah, going to be doing some tinkering. Check the live stream. Check a bunch of different things that we're going to be doing here on Pokeoakley. I appreciate every single one of you for supporting the channel and just being a part of this amazing community that Pokemon has. Stay awesome, everyone, and have a great one.